Welcome to the Be Real podcast, where we chat, connect, and keep it real with stories that heal and truths we feel. I'm your host, Brittany K, and I got something to say. The one, the only, the incomparable, Brandon Pope.
I love that word, incomparable.
Oh yeah, it's matchless. That's what it means.
Oh, there is no match for me. That's correct.
Exactly. How long have you been in the industry, Brandon?
Professionally, 10 years.
I don't know
why. Longer.
I don't know why I thought it was less.
I feel like it's less too, but time flies.
So I've been in the industry for 5 years. I like to say 1 year removed.
Yeah, I remember when I was looking at your little reel.
I know. So
back
just
when you was a bright-eyed youngin',
bushy-tailed.
Yeah.
You know.
Looking for all the feedback.
Everything, all the things. So 1 year removed, and I like to say that because the whole reason of why this podcast exists is because once I got back home and I hosted a lifestyle show, I did that for 1 year, but unfortunately it got canceled. So since that time, I've been actively looking to get back on TV for my next, big market. And unfortunately, it's just been really hard. Hence, what we're talking about today. So as any good journalist, of course I brought stats. I brought some facts.
Gotta have the numbers.
Hello. So according to careerexplorer.com, the journalist job market in the U.S. is expected to shrink 10% by 2026. They say it's due to industry consolidation, declining ad revenue, and technology advancements. Just to go down the list of a few news organizations who've already made cuts this year. The LA Times, they saw over 40 newsroom staff take buyouts. Forbes cut about 5% of their workforce. Nexstar, which is the largest owner of TV stations, they'll be cutting 2% of their workforce. Gray Television, they made some cuts to some of their smaller markets. For example, KEYC in Minnesota, it's reported that nearly half of their newsroom was cut. And Tegna, they ended their fact-checking team called Verify.
Which was great. That was a terrific platform, and it's really had a lot of good friends at Verify who lost their jobs, and it was really, really tough to see because they were doing such a critical service. I think we need more fact-checking, not less, in today's landscape. And so that one especially hit to see them taken away.
That's a great segue to my next question for you. You have a lot of friends in the industry. You have close proximity to a lot of young journalists. So would you say that these stats and employment, has it been a big topic lately?
Throughout the industry, absolutely, because you can't deny the pain that is just imminent and the feeling of dread that folks have. It feels like every day, every week, every month, I'm seeing friends lose their jobs, their livelihood, out of nowhere, not even expecting it, right? And it has nothing to do with their skill. It has nothing to do with it wasn't that they didn't do the job well. It's just a matter of they just got cut. I know some outstanding people. They've been there in the same place 10 years, 15 years, 20, cut. And they're some of the best in the business, and now they're out of the job. And that's creating a cycle and a really bad situation for the whole entire industry. So, I could speak forever about this, and I'm sure we will. It's sad to see, and I have got too many friends who have lost their job, and the thing about it is, like, I could be next. Any of us could be next, and that's a terrible feeling to walk into. Week to week.
It's like in the back of your mind, even though we like to feel as if the contracts, the 2-year or 3-year contracts that we sign are like our protection. It's not. At any moment, you can be done.
It's really tough, too, to, like, be in this industry and be someone who fell in love with journalism and loves this for the right reasons, and to see the industry dying, the thing that you had this idealistic
admiration
and so much this really bright-eyed view of, and it's something that you take to heart. It's a noble responsibility and calling, and you just see it being decimated and desecrated and diminished across the board. So yeah, you have the financial aspect of people losing jobs, but you also have less people actually valuing journalists, actually valuing people who have the expertise of a journalist.
So for me, when my show got canceled, which was also a lifestyle show, devastation, okay? Imposter syndrome. I was like, was it my fault? Could I have done something better? Am I good enough? Do I have value? Because let me tell you, there were so many people in the industry that were telling me, you only have 4 years of news experience. You're not going to be able to go to a top 10 market to do lifestyle. You won't be able to do that. But by the grace of God, I was able to.
Yeah.
So I was like, I told y'all, you try to tell me don't tell me what God will do, okay? So I made it back home, loved the job, made my own schedule. I came to work to eat. This was amazing. I had a black news director. What? It was dope. I was home, still am, but I was living the life, okay? I was living the life. And so once that got cut, mind you, found out the day after my birthday.
Oof. That's tough.
That was tough. I said, well, happy birthday to me. So I just really felt like I was in a low space. Now, what helped me to get out of it, my support system, friends, family, they made sure to remind me of who I am and whose I am. And I think that's really, really vital in this type of industry. You really need people to support you. And it's only good, though, when you believe it yourself, I feel like. Because, they were telling me all this stuff, but I was just like, oh, okay. So what helped me to really realize what I was worth was going back to my journalist reels, watching all of the stuff that I put out there, all the work that I put in. And I was like, I wouldn't say I am the top journalist, but I'm pretty damn good, So I would like to ask you, B, let's take a trip down memory lane. What, when and why did you decide to get into the news industry?
When I was in high school, I had a morning announcements class.
Same.
And so we did the morning announcements. And I was told that I did not have the personality, chemistry with other people, whatever, to be on the announcements. I had to do behind the scenes stuff, which you look back to this day, it's like, well, that was laughable. Motivated me though. So, I grew up informed. I grew up knowing that being informed was important. And I grew up wanting to be informed and watch the news.
Mine is a little bit, I guess you could say, untraditional. So as a little girl, I used to watch a lot of Disney Channel, Brandon.
Of course. Explains a lot.
A lot of Disney Channel. I used to watch one show in particular a lot.
That's So Raven?
You know me too well. Yes! Raven Simone?
Yeah.
That was all I used to watch. I loved That's So Raven.
You remind me a lot of her character in that show.
Oh my gosh. Listen, watching her, I felt seen. Raven Simone was quirky, goofy, funny. She was beautiful. She was talented. Her designs ate down.
Very fashionable.
She was very fashionable in high school.
Yeah.
Hello? And
I had a little crush on Raven Simone back then.
she's beautiful. A lot of people had a crush. Okay, anywho. Yeah, I loved Raven. And I just felt like, each room Raven entered into, any person Raven was around, any job Raven got, she remained authentic, true to herself. She was gonna be herself in any room regardless. And I was like, that's me. I can be on TV.
Yeah.
I could do this.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I'm doing TV. I don't know how that's gonna happen, but I just want to be on TV. But once I got into the industry, I quickly realized, this is no longer about me. This is no longer about what I want. People would come up to me, when I would be MMJing on the ground, door knocking. It is so good to see you on TV. It is so good to see you representing us. It is so good to see us on TV because it's not a lot of us. And I was just like, oh, damn. Not only am I representing my kinfolk, my family, my friends, but I'm representing a whole community.
Yeah.
I said, wait a minute. I didn't sign up for that. That's a lot of pressure. But I was just like, you know what? I do have a responsibility.
We are mirrors. We are reflections for younger generations and reflections for our peers within our community to show what they can be, what they can become, what their true potential is.
I just really think it's important, and I think for journalists of color, I don't think we say it out loud enough, but we do have an extra level of responsibility on our backs when we show up in this industry. Mm-hmm. Do you have any advice for any journalists right now?
Get out. No. I'm joking.
No,
I'm joking.
In a way that may hold true. Who are impacted by the job market right now, or just anybody who is impacted by the job market right now.
Now is a great time to stay ready so you don't have to get ready. And what I mean by that is it's time to start building something of your own, whether that is a podcast, whether that is a newsletter, whether that is, seeking out opportunities in other spaces of media so that you have the versatility. Information is becoming harder and harder in this country to disseminate to a mass audience. Some of that is intentional. And so it is very important that we get more journalists on social media, spreading the news, letting people know crucial information for their community.
My advice to you guys, if you are waiting, to stop. And if you're reliant on the job market to pursue your passions or to continue to develop your skills, stop. I decided that I was going to stop waiting. I love to do lifestyle journalism. I love to tell stories. I love connecting with people. So I'm not going to rely on the job market anymore to dictate me doing that.
Amen.
So B, you mentioned your newsletter, and I thank you so much for coming. So I also want to give you the opportunity to tell everybody where they can go to subscribe and read your newsletter. What it's about.
Follow me at BPokeTV on Instagram. You can find the link in my bio to subscribe to my Screening Room newsletter. It's called Brandon Pope Screening Room. Everything about film, about TV, the latest news, some reviews of things I see early. There's a lot of things. And there's some giveaways I'll be doing and also some opportunities to maybe go see a movie early with me. Maybe see a TV show early with me. It's going to be fun. And the goal was to build community with people who enjoy talking about movies and TV like I do. You're also going to find contributions from people who, if I wouldn't have put the things out there, it wouldn't have happened. People that are interested in also talking, like Black Film Club Chicago, like Creative Cypher, and so many other people that want to contribute and be a part of this community. If you're interested in being part of it and writing for it, hey, can't pay you, but I can give you some exposure. Happy to do it, put you in the newsletter. But yeah, Screening Room. You don't want to miss it.
I do want to give our audience some resources. So I believe NABJ sends out like an email blast of like job openings.
Yeah, if you we have a newsletter we do at NABJ Chicago, which has different jobs out there and opportunities for people. The way to be a part of that, you got to join NABJ Chicago. It's $35 a year, cheapest dudes in the country.
I would also like to take the opportunity right now, because this is also a new venture for me as well. If you are a business owner, entrepreneur, a part of a local nonprofit, or you have done something and reached a goal and you have a testimony, you want to, inspire others, there's a seat for you right here on the Be Real podcast. Reach out, send me an email, DM me. Let's collaborate. I would love to tell your story. Again, thank you guys so much for joining the Be Real podcast, where we chat, connect, and keep it real with stories that heal and truths we feel.